If you've ever believed that maybe God was calling you to the ministry of wealth for a mission, then listen carefully now. I know we get tired of people talking about money. We see people holding up cardboard signs hoping to get some of our money. The scams these days are endless. The list goes on and on. I read an article that warned allegedly over 89% of the financial promises on the internet are fraudulent. We even raise an eyebrow when we hear certain preachers today talk about money, even if it's in a Bible verse. Well, I'm, for one, never wanted to be one of those money preachers, yet God called me to help raise up financiers for the Great Commission and the Billion Souls Harvest that we're on the edge of now. I argued with the Lord, but He wouldn't adjust to my protests. He kept asking me the same thing over and over again. And in brief, that's how Club 52, Millionaires with a Mission, was born. To date, 43 of our students have reported becoming new millionaires, now strongly connected to the Great Commission, and 3 multimillionaires. Even our mentors had to be millionaires before I'd let them lay hands on people and pray for them. Our chief mentor went from 0 to 100 million in 10 years. Several went from 0 net assets to over $1 million in 6 years. And 28 more became millionaires connected to the Great Commission within 10 years. Now, I know that sounds like a lot of time, but man, once you get there, you think, wow, I'm really here. Being a millionaire today is simpler than ever. You just need, number one, a correct theology, what God says about wealth in His Word. Don't listen to some preacher. Read it yourself. 2, a correct psychology of wealth. That's how you think and how you speak. Do you say things like, I can't afford it, and filthy, stinking rich? Well, that's got to change. And then correct practical action. That's number 3, with consistency and perseverance. All 3 work together in synergy as a trichotomy, and when they're properly activated, it brings wealth to you. One of our Club 52 students was living in his car when he joined Club 52. Today, he enjoys $35 million in assets, and he's strongly connected to the Great Commission. A few years ago, a businessman I mentored just a little called me and said he got into a business deal that brought him several million, and he now had $40 million to give for the Billion Souls Harvest. God responded to him in such a supernatural way. Can you imagine having 40 million? He obeyed God. He didn't know how, but he obeyed God. He didn't know how he was going to do it, but he did it. And it was 3 years. It's an interesting spiritual season we're living in. God's raising up entrepreneurs, business people, high achievers, and even pastors who are carrying a prophetic voice to help impart to God's marketplace apostles for the ministry of wealth. Well, here now is perhaps once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, not only to hear from wealthy presenters like Asad Faraj, a man who's known for mentoring people who become wealthy, Jason and Grace Rogers helping scores of people understand the secret of how money works, and authors and millionaire makers John and Judy O'Leary, along with Mary Jo and me, June 29th, Fort Myers, Florida, at the beautiful Collaboratory, hosted by Gatekeepers, Fort Myers, Florida. I'm pretty sure this event will sell out fast, so get your tickets now before the registration closes. I hope to see you June 29th in Fort Myers, Florida for Wealth with a Mission.